What is going on, everyone? Soss here with yet another video, and today we are checking out Clash at the Castle. It literally just got over with probably about 15-20 minutes ago. So now that it's fresh on my mind, I wanted to make sure that I got a video out there about my thoughts, some reactions on how everything went down. So the PLE was in Glasgow, Scotland. They filmed SmackDown there early, and then of course they had the PLE. That crowd was absolutely nuts. It wasn't as great as the France crowd, I could tell you that much, but they were still amazing. It was a really good show, in my opinion. So one thing I thought was nuts and absolutely crazy, but it was a good thing on WWE's part, is that they actually started off the PLE with Cody Rhodes versus AJ Styles in an I Quit match for the undisputed WWE Championship. And whenever I first heard about it, I was like, wait, what? You're starting off the PLE with the WWE title match? And then I thought about it, and I was like, I wonder if maybe they're going to make the main event the World Heavyweight title match with Drew McIntyre versus Damian Priest, which is exactly what they did, which, good on you, WWE. You guys are trying to at least somewhat appease the crowds. The WWE title match, it was really good. I've noticed that in most of the title matches that Cody's had so far, they have been absolute banger of matches, and this one was probably the best one so far that he has had during his title reign, his short title reign so far. He ended up beating AJ Styles, and the way that they did it was just awesome. There's some awesome spots in there. They even got Mama Rhodes involved, which really kind of pushed it over the top. I thought that Cody did a really good job of showing some of that aggression, because one of the things that was kind of bothersome is just the fact that he didn't really show as much intensity or like the ability, I guess, to take it to that next level and do whatever is needed to be able to retain the title and everything. But in this match, he showed a lot of determination. He showed a lot of grit. He showed a lot of ability. Like, he has grown so much as not only a wrestler, but as a storyteller in the ring. I thought that the match was absolutely awesome. And we cannot forget about AJ Styles. AJ Styles has been awesome in this feud. I love it. We all kind of already knew that AJ Styles was going to lose yet again. But it's kind of weird, too, that they decided to let him lose 2 matches in a row to Cody. Yeah, I don't know. Something just doesn't sit right with me about that, especially since AJ Styles is one of the better wrestlers on the planet. Now, granted, he is on the downside of his career, but at the same time, you would hope that they would give him some matches that make him look a little bit better. Now, granted, he is putting over Cody and doing a hell of a job with it, and I really enjoyed it. Cody still ended up hitting him with the still steps, which was pretty funny. And it kind of shows that, he is willing to take that next step and be aggressive. Be aggressive. I'm sorry, I had to. So the next match, by the way, that one was an absolute banger. So the next match, I believe it was Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill versus Alba Fire and Isla Dawn versus Shayna Baszler and Zoe Stark for the women's tag titles. Man, I will say this. I like Jade Cargill as a wrestler. I think that she is okay. I think that she is still a little bit too green, and that Bianca Belair has been carrying her for the most part. She's great as a power wrestler, which is what she's being billed as. But the thing that kills me is just that, man, every single match that I've seen of her, they showcase the power, but at the end of the day, she botches so much stuff. This was like, I don't know, it was a botch fest. I wasn't a big fan of this match, but what ended up happening was Alba Fire and Isla Dawn. So Dawn and Fire, they ended up winning the WWE Women's Tag Team Championships, which was a little strange, but I think that that's moving toward a Bianca Belair, Jade Cargill breakup. And I think I think it could be a pretty good feud, but at the end of the day, Jade still is not very refined. So I wasn't a big fan of this match. It was okay. It wasn't terrible, but it wasn't great. So the next one was Sami Zayn versus Chad Gable for the Intercontinental title. I was back and forth on this. I would love to have seen Chad win the Intercontinental title because I think that he deserves it. He's been doing some great character work, and his in-ring ability is just amazing. But Sami Zayn ends up coming out on top, and part of the reason why is because there was a distraction after Otis carried Maxine Dupree out of there, and it was after Chad Gable had, I guess, he fell over as he was doing the ankle lock and got thrown into Maxine Dupree, and that pissed off Otis. So Otis ends up going ahead and carrying her out, and they have basically turned their backs on Chad Gable. I was really hoping that Chad was going to win the IC title because he deserves it. But this had to happen because it's great storytelling. So now Chad is about to be on his own for sure, and he's not going to have the Alpha Academy anymore. A lot of people are speculating that the Creed brothers are going to be joining up with him to create a heel faction. However, I'm not really sure what's going to go down. It's kind of weird, too, because Chad Gable just signed a huge contract with WWE, supposedly. And so everybody thought that he was going to end up winning this match and getting the IC title, but I guess it just wasn't in the cards this time. But the match was incredible. Sammy and Chad, they both know how to put on a hell of a show, an absolute hell of a show. There were so many times that you thought that Chad was going to end up winning, or that Otis and Maxine, they were getting involved. They weren't getting involved. They were kind of teetering on the edge and everything, and then finally they ended up just saying, screw this, you're on your own, Chad. And then Sammy, of course, took advantage of the situation. He retains. He's IC champ and everything. It's going to be interesting moving forward. I don't know what they're going to do with Chad, especially since it's kind of weird for him to have lost basically 2 times in a row to Sami Zayn. I don't know what they're going to do, but it was a banger of a match. Now, disclaimer, I didn't watch but maybe 5 minutes of Bayley versus Piper. I just didn't really have a whole lot of interest in that match because I'm not a really big Piper fan, not super huge into Bayley, so I honestly don't even know what the results were because I was actually eating lunch and doing other things, so forgive me for not paying attention. Now, the last match of the night, Drew McIntyre versus Damian Priest. What an absolute banger of a match. It was going either way. They were going back and forth. Drew got this huge pop from being in Scotland, and it was just incredible. Scotland, they absolutely love him, and I don't blame them. I said it actually on a social media post that, in all honesty, Drew McIntyre is probably my favorite current wrestler of this generation. I absolutely love him. I love his moveset. I love how athletic he is for being a big guy. He's huge. He's great on the mic now. He's doing some of the best work of his career, and at some point he is going to be winning a title, I would think. But Damian Priest ends up retaining without the help of the Judgment Day, and the reason why he ended up retaining is because of the fact that they knocked the ref out of the ring. Out comes CM Punk dressed as a ref to screw over Drew again. It is an excellent storyline. I wasn't a big fan of the finish. I thought it was okay, but everybody kind of knew that CM Punk was going to be involved somehow, some way. But the craziest thing about the whole night is that it was weird because you knew that CM Punk was going to come out at some point. You just don't know when. But all signs were pointing to Drew winning because it would have gotten a huge pop over there in Scotland, his home country, everything. It was going to be amazing. And then, there's some real big heat right now. I'm not really a big fan of Damian Priest. I don't dislike him, but he's not my favorite. Like I said, Drew he's my current favorite, so I was obviously pulling for Drew, but it's going to be interesting moving forward to see how the feud between Drew and CM Punk keeps going. My only concern is the fact that each time CM Punk has been in a ring the last, like, what, 2 years or so, every time he's gotten into a ring, he's ended up injured. So I'm really, really, really hoping that at some point he's going to be able to put on a banger of a match, because I don't even know if nobody knows in the current world if CM Punk can still put on a banger of a match, because he has been injured. We know he's probably got it in him, but does he physically have it in him? I mean, hell, they had to change up a lot of their plans because CM Punk ended up getting injured at the Royal Rumble. So, man, it's just a mess. But with that being said, I loved the match. The match was really good. I just didn't really like the ending. I thought it was a little bit too predictable, I guess. This day and age, it's fun to be a wrestling fan. Like, I absolutely love it. But at the same time, it's also really, really hard because you kind of already know what's coming. You can kind of already see the writing on the wall. So my favorite times are whenever you don't see something coming. Like, you have no idea what the outcome is going to be. Like, that is the best time to be a wrestling fan. So, but overall, I will say that I will give this we'll do a 7 out of 10. It had some really good matches, but it also had some snoozers and some botches that were really, really rough. Let me know what you guys thought about that Clash at the Castle. I'm very interested in seeing what everybody has to say, because, like I said, I thought that it was pretty good. I wouldn't say that it was amazing. It definitely wasn't better than France, but it was still pretty good. So make sure you drop a like, comment down below. Let me know what you guys thought of this PLE. Let me know what you guys think of this video. Let me know what you guys think about this content. Also, make sure you hit that subscribe button and hit that bell for post notifications, so you know anytime I post videos. I am pushing out as much content as I possibly can whenever I get a chance to, because I absolutely love doing this. So with that being said, come join the community. Just come join the fun. In all honesty, it's going to be a fun ride. So with that being said, we'll catch you all in the next one. Thank you so much for watching.